Greetings YouTube, and welcome to a video that I think the entire community is going to be excited to talk about because you are staring at the January daily login calendar, very pixelated version of last year's calendar, the 2018 calendar. Now, this was the best calendar we had seen to start a year ever. It was very, very much hyped up, and for good reason. It was one of the only months we've ever seen in the contest that concluded on day 28 with a fully formed Tier 2 Alpha Catalyst. We saw a Tier 4 Class Catalyst on day 21, a Tier 4 Basic on day 14, and a Tier 1 Alpha on day 7. We also saw a good amount of units on the previous days of each of those weeks. And then those question marks, that was highly controversial when a question mark box, of course, was on Christmas Eve. But these were intended to cover up a certain amount of 5-star shards, I believe, last January. Now, this was also a big calendar because everybody was hyped up for Blade Month, even though most people just got a 3-star Blade, which if you're starting out the game, I would have loved a 3-star Blade for free. But if you're like me, or even if you're just an intermediate player, you're not going to really care about a 3-star. Those login champs are mostly for a few extra shards, and that's it. Maybe some arena fodder at best, but, nothing more than that. So this was 2018, and we have just seen the released pictures of 2019. Let's take a look at the differences in the calendar. Now, just like before, we have the exact same day 7, day 14, day 21, and day 28. Now, the small differences are there's no question mark boxes, right? Now it's Massacre instead of Blade. But we just see what the 5-star shards are, period. I think the game probably took some note. You saw Kabam Mike coming out and saying, we're going to take notice that the question mark boxes were not well received from the allegedness that they were just trying to hide an event, the gifting event, and that was why the question mark was there. So maybe, just maybe, the question mark boxes were supposed to be there just like last year, because look at day 5, day 12, day 19, and day 26, and then you go back and those question mark boxes are there. But hey, no more question mark boxes, because now we're just going to show you and reveal the previous question mark boxes are now just 5-star shards, and you will see, it's a good chunk. What is that, 2,500 5-star shards, I believe I've counted? And it's very easy, because of the screenshot, to miss the last 3 days. And so it's 2,500 5-star shards. Plus, at the last 3 days, they've also given us 500 per day for an additional 1,500 on the last 3 days, or 4,000 5-star shards total for the month, just for logging in. 40% of a 5-star basic crystal. This is going to be an amazing time to start an account if you're thinking about it, if you've got a buddy that wants to play, because just think of how much further they will be progression-wise just for logging in every day and doing nothing else at a minimum in Marvel Contest of Champions. So this month is fantastic. I do believe that the astonishing amount of 5-star shards is actually pretty comparable to last year. It might be only about 1,500 more, which is still a good chunk, but the hype was certainly there. I do think it's interesting that we don't have any question mark boxes this month after last month, but even the biggest haters of Marvel Contest of Champions and Kabam have to be thankful for another chance for a free Tier 2 Alpha Catalyst and all of those 5-star shards, as well as another Tier 4 Class Catalyst Crystal, which for a lot of summoners are still very, very hard to get. And who knows, maybe you'll get something out of that crystal that'll take your 4-star champion to rank 5, or 5-star champion to rank 3 or rank 4, etc., etc. So I'm pretty hyped up about this new calendar, and I think that the community as a whole should be very thankful. Keep in mind, this is this year. This is last year, and even though it is pretty comparable, it's still a very exciting opportunity to have a day in which we claimed the final prize of the holiday calendar, the 2-week special calendar, which got us a fully formed Tier 2 Alpha. Now in 28 days, we'll have a second. That's also huge news, because if you've never ranked up a 5-star to rank 4, just for logging in every day for a month and a half, you are halfway to your first rank 4 5-star. This is actually only a bad thing for those of you that reach out to me and you say, Prof, I really need your advice, because I have Tier 2 Alpha Catalysts that are expiring soon and no one to use them on. A huge first world MCOC problem, but believe it or not, it is more common than you would think for players who mostly have like Hulkbusters and even gold pools, and you're trying to wait for someone like, I don't know, a Blade or a Void. but you got to use it on somebody, so who should you use it on? Always an interesting decision. Well, there you have it, YouTube. What do you think of this new monthly calendar? Please comment below and let me know. Otherwise, thank you for watching, supporting, and liking my Marvel Contest of Champions YouTube channel. May you have a very fantastic New Year's Eve to those of you who aren't already celebrating the New Year's over the pond, and otherwise just a fantastic start to 2019.